I look back and then someone's beating on my door already. But I make a judgment call, I open the door. She runs into my hallway. I go and check on her, but she says, "Get the door, get the door."
I'm about to go inside here and talk to a guy who saved a life because he watched a USCCA YouTube video. But before we tell you Marcus's story, I want you to know we have a gun giveaway going on. You can't save a life unless you got a gun, right? So what I want you to do is click the link below to learn which brand new gun you could win. Now, let's go talk about Marcus's story.
I've always been interested in firearms, I'd say to an extent my entire life. I would say my family isn't particularly anti-gun, but given my surroundings where I grew up, guns were being used for bad reasons. And I figured in my own life that if people are going to have guns, I'd like to be one of them. So I'm sitting in my living room trying to watch Lethal Weapon, and I hear a lady across the street yelling, "Help." And I'm wondering, did I hear that? And I hear it again, "Help." I look outside and I see a gentleman just assaulting this woman, just beating her quite horribly. Again, I don't know what's going on. So I call the police and say, "Hey, this is looking pretty bad to me. I think you need to get over here." And then I see him actually attempt to choke the woman. And so I say, "No, you need to get here now." I look away to go grab a pair of pants. I look back and then someone's beating on my door already. I assess, I make a judgment call. I know not in all situations should you answer the door, but I make a judgment call, I open the door. I had my firearm on me, and the way I opened the door was so at no time she would be behind me, but I would be behind her. And what I was hoping or thinking at that time is if I feel as if a threat is occurring, oh my goodness, I might have to handle that. I do not almost ever let anyone stand behind me, ever. She runs into my hallway, and I look down at her. She's bleeding. She has a black eye. Her legs are bloody. The back of her head is bloody. Her head had actually been smashed through the other house's window. So I go and check on her, but she says, "Get the door, get the door." I turn around and I see this gentleman. He's actually trying to bust into my house. I run back toward the door. I grab the door and I smash it shut. It hits him, and then we struggle for a few moments over the door. I'm able to finally close it shut, lock it. I turn the corner, I draw my 1911, and I say, "Sir, please leave." And then I direct the woman to get into my room. She got into the closet on her own. I didn't tell her to do that. And then I go into another room. I grab a long gun. I go back into my room. I have this box specifically for this purpose. It's a large, heavy box, and I barricade my door with that box. I call the police and I point the firearm at the door saying, "Sir, please leave. I'm armed. I've called the police." And the police arrived 3 minutes later. He took the woman's car and drove away. They issued a warrant out for his arrest and things of that nature. I have not seen him since, nor have I seen the woman since, and the house is scheduled for foreclosure. I've spoken to a few people who are even ex-military who say I never should have ran towards the door. A gentleman said to me, "Going towards the door instigates a competition, and I can lose a competition. I don't want to be in a competition." Me personally, because again, taking life is not something that I want to do at all. That's where my instinct was to shut the door and keep him out, so it doesn't have to come to that. I never thought an incident like this would happen, do I want to say so soon after getting a firearm, but I've never been above thinking it can't happen to me. There have been a lot of incidences in my life and in my family and in real estate and in showbiz. I've been to quite a few states. A lot of crazy things have happened that I've seen and been around, and I thought, I'm not above those things happening to me, and if they ever do, I want to be in the best position possible to get out of those situations alive. What it made me feel in that situation is I was happy to be in a position to help others. That's what my biggest takeaway from this was. There's mess, there's gonna be drama that is going to take place, and we as, not just as firearm owners, but as good people, need to be in a position to be able to help where we can. We're not out here looking for trouble, but if trouble shows up, we just want to be in the best position possible.
Want to know the 3 biggest mistakes when carrying a handgun? Then click on the video next to me to reveal all 3 mistakes. Mistake number 2 may shock you.